Good afternoon, just 1 minute past 12. I am thoroughly out of practice at this because it has been a while. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Cennamo-Smith. I am an author of crime, fantasy, thriller, horror, general fiction. I do a lot. There's an awful lot. If you're ever wondering what the hell it is I actually do, there's some links below, scrolling along the bottom, in the description. They're everywhere. You can't get rid of me. They've tried. So yeah. What are we doing today? Well, if you were here for the last two streams, I can't remember when they were. It's been a hectic couple of weeks, to say the very least. Either way, I'm here. Hello. We're doing some weird stuff. What we were doing previously, I decided to start just expanding stuff and trying something new. Flowers, you are here. You made it to a stream. Hello, TC Anthony as well. Streamer. Yes, me. Hi. Howdy doody. Well, it's been a while. So yeah, what we were doing previously, I decided to start expanding weird stuff, and just get some general cover practice in, because I write more than I art these days, and I would like to start doing more art. So I did attempt to start designing a cover for random fiction generated on a website, just book title generator, that kind of bullshit. Pardon my French. And we had a go at it. I did a bit of Facebook Photoshop painting, and let's just switch over to what we've been doing. And this is kind of where we got to. I was going for kind of desert vibe with a little planting. It was going right. It was taking too long, and it doesn't look good to me. So I'm sticking with. We are the same being. You are streamer. Ah. We are same being. I am you. You are we. We is she. 1, 2, 3. Turning into Dr. Seuss. Yeah. So I started doing all of this, all of that, and it was taking a while, and I wasn't really happy with it. So I decided to stick with what I'm good at. So we're going back to 3D. I shouldn't have closed that. I needed that as reference. Come back. There we go, thank you. Not good reference, mind you, but reference nevertheless. Any reference is good reference. How is chat doing? How are you lovely people? What have you been up to in the many weeks since I've seen anybody last? Right, where were we? Right, so, first thing we're going to start off with is we were born in the same stem. Ah! You're going to mess with me now. Plus, is this both you? Messing with me. Not difficult to do in this day and age. I am fully mentally kaput. I didn't even check to see if I'm actually on camera. Am I on camera? Am I even in frame? I am. Good enough. Hello again, Anthony. You're gonna stop messing with me. Because I'm seeing things move. I'm really easy to mess with. So let's just get going. Let's do what we do and make some weird stuff. So first things first. Obviously, we need to get. I want to get these. I don't even know what you call them. Like American cowboy hills. What are these called? I don't know if it counts as a plateau. Is it a plateau? Might be a plateau. But yeah, I'm going to get some American cowboy hills done, because that's always a good place to start, in the hills of the American cowboys. Let's be professional. This is a true author of... Ah! We're being professional. This is the true author of Binary Collision to us. Oh, welcome, Flaz Anthony. I'm going to just combine you now, since you messaged me. How is your writing going? You can still call him Flaz without the E. Oh, Flaz without the E. Okay, I'm going to full name it. Alright, Flaz without the E. What am I doing? Oh, it's creaking. Oh. One, yeah, just want one. How is your editing going? How is your collision course? Have you collided with your course yet? Oh yeah, I was going to put some music on, because, sod it, let's have some music. Can this be heard? Yeah, we've got random tavern music, because why not? Medieval lo-fi, because, you know, that was a genre back in the day. Awful things went, oh no. Things went downhill, October was a pain, life was not on my side, and November is just, I'm finding it hard to return to writing. Oh, flat. I'm incredibly sorry to hear all of that. What, if it's something you want to talk about, what the hell happened to your October? So this is a notification because you might have some insight. Happy to help, happy to be here for any kind of insights, any kind of moral boost, any kind of sarcastic comment, whatever I can provide, really. I've lost me thing. Where on earth is my reference file gone? I could say I need more screens. I need maybe bigger screens. Okay. So, going something like that. So we need it to come up. We need. Aha. One. I've been using other software. My fingers are not on the same hotkeys anymore. Been editing audiobook, which is simultaneously fun and annoying because it needs to be done, and while I'm not technically speaking on a deadline, I would like to get it done before I am dead. The beauty of these things is they definitely don't need to be perfect, because they're going to be one in the distance and two they're going to look like rocks. So rocks are never perfect. Something we need. We need more of a slope up to there. Let's make it 2. 3. 5. 3 was enough. Just do the whole leveling out. Something. Right, that's going to be one in the background, and let's just, for the absolute sake of everything that is unholy, I was going to say, if you ever, I am, this is my problem, my computer stopped turning Discord on automatically as well. Where are you? Yeah. Oh dear. Why is that like? Lost chat. Come back. Lost reading. Oh, I don't know. I'm incredibly sorry to hear all of these things. I thought it's terrible. I'm so sorry. Oh. phone is a problem, but easier to fix than the other two. Sorry. I have dark sense of humour, so I do apologise in advance if anything I say is upsetting. It's not intentional, it's how I deal with grief. Mine finally cracked under all the awfulness, felt hopeless, didn't have progress on writing, which felt awful, it was a bad time, and all simultaneously. That is a really shitty October. I am incredibly sorry, Flaz. And as I was about to say, I am always somewhere on the Discord. I get messages if people write anything on the Discord, so if anything, you can always kind of buzz. Book related, not book related, absolutely anything. I'm trying to build a community for people, so you're more than welcome to trauma dump if you need to. I am happy to, and hopefully other people that are there can help and join in and talk and help. We can all help each other work through everything. That is incredibly bad, horrible, an incredibly horrible October. I'm so sorry. There's no words that you can say that make any of that easier to deal with. That's just an all-round shitty time. Sorry, Flaz. As much as I would love to, I definitely can't help with the first two things. With the writing, I'm probably more qualified to do, to a degree, depending on who you talk to. My stream feed instead of looking at the screen for the reference stuff. Okay, that's one. You can disappear over here. That's where you can sit. Sorry, I don't really know what else to say that it is. Yeah. I'm hoping you've not been having to deal with any of this alone. I hope there are other people around you that can be there if you need them. September was great, and the result was all my tried and tested code menus being systematically destroyed, resulting in one breakdown. First one ever. Yeah. It's, to be fair, if you're going to have a breakdown, that is the time to do it. Enough awful shit happened that breakdowns are fully acceptable in that situation. Yeah, it's that's a heavy way to start October, and it's usually my favourite month because it's Halloween and everyone loves Halloween. But that's going to be just really shitty from now on for me. Sorry. Yeah, I'll say this. I am hoping you have people around you that can be there for you and give a decent support system. They say misery loves company, which people I think often say to say, "Oh, I'm miserable, so I'm going to make other people miserable." And although that is the way I think most people use it and behave, I prefer to think that extreme misery loves company, because when we are feeling shit, we need people around us. Not necessarily people that are also feeling as shitty, but just people around us, so that our misery has somewhere to go and doesn't internalise. Because that's when things go tits up, for want of a better phrase. So no one likes to be stuck in their own head with their thoughts. Because, yeah. Our thoughts are not our friends in our darkest of times. Oh, I am a hard person. My men's fences are. I didn't cry on my own. I was one to hold my cousin in. That's enough to tell you how much I took. Yeah. It's sometimes you have the fortune or misfortune of being the one that is the one who is able to cope with these things better than most, but that also means that sometimes people don't understand when you're not coping. I am hoping that's not the case. I am hoping that you have somebody, people around you that once they're finished with their grief, they can help you with yours. Not much to go through any of that horrible bullshit alone. Anyway, enough talking about it, but it's just one part of the story. That was a switch. That was a stone cold switch. As we can linger, or we can move forward, and moving forward is usually the best way. The people that we have lost would not want us to spend our time sitting around thinking of them. Oh, this could be a solicitor, so I will be right back. Back. Sorry about that. It was not solicitor, it was school. The joy of tiny humans. So yeah, yes. Sorry for that. Well, so yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, the people that we haven't liked, that listeners would not want us to spend our time not necessarily grieving them, but spend our time going down dark paths because of them. If they do it, if that is what you want when you pass, you want people to suffer. To each their own, I guess. Oh dear. Let's check that's working. Okay, did a little there. It used to be a slow burning, it doesn't form in tears, it forms in waves. Wave, not ocean waves. When the time is right, it does. Digress. Grief doesn't actually sound me as a memory. Right. Oh, excuse me. So I do apologise. So there has been an incident at school. Apologies for this. So I can definitely agree with the sentiments about grief. But if you, some people can get it all out of the way in one go, and lucky those people, I guess. But yeah, it's just like every now and then you get memories of things that have passed and people that are no longer with us, and yeah, it's memories. That's all it is. And we have good memories, we have bad memories, and in the end of the day, nothing that can be done about any of them apart from keep calm and carry on, as the British say. Forget October, at least I want to. Okay, it doesn't exist no longer. Rip it out your calendar, done. Poof. November was a fresh start, everything went back to normal, and it's not a good month, okay. Neither a horrible one, and to be honest, that is all I want. Okay, we're going to make this not a horrible month, not a good month, just a bland and neutral month where nothing happens. Oh. Fair enough. So I've spent my last few weeks building tiny things for display boxes and whatnot for various book fairs. So that's pretty much been my week's past. Just spinning around uselessly now. Let's do another one. Let's do a thin one. That's easier to do that. Okay. Do I have to make them? Where are you? Well, I do have to spell plateau, right? Yes, so we'll make this month a good month. We'll focus on the things we can control. We'll focus on getting anything done that is more productive than sitting around and growing moustaches, as people tend to do this time of year. I don't know if that's a thing where you apply the November thing. I think is. I understand it is a bit of fun because everybody loves fun, but why are you obsessed with growing a moustache? Nobody does good in a moustache, unless you're Tom Selleck or an Indian police officer. Those are the exceptions to the rule. Tom Selleck and Indian police officers. Enough about my personal life. Let's talk about the important stuff. How has writing been going? The best word is just curb stomped. The best word is just curb. Are you saying that curb stomped is the best word, or? writing has been, I would like to say going, it's been friggin' hectic. I did not manage to write anything in the last 2 weeks because I've been building stuff and getting prepared because I had a book fair last weekend. I've got a book fair on Sunday this weekend. So I've just been getting everything ready for that. And getting ready for Christmas. I'm editing audiobooks. I am having a book is being released in December, which is currently being edited, so I'm getting the emails for that from my lovely editor Amy, who is lovely. I will continue to shout out her praises, and she's on the Discord now as well. Yeah, she's great. I've just been absolutely busy. I'm also attempting to relocate, and that requires dealing with a lot of solicitors, which is why I thought that phone call was a solicitor. Because my lot going on and not a lot I can do to encourage movement in any particular direction, which is a different level of frustrating. Then we can just have a simple one here. I haven't gotten the inspiration to return, and adding salt to injury renders non-stop tirade of why it's not original, it's not good, it's too much work. I can disagree with you on all of those counts, apart from the last one, because it is too much work, and that's why we do it, because we need to. Nobody becomes a writer because it's convenient. We do it because we have stories to tell and characters that live in our brains that need to escape. Because, let's be honest, it's quite cramped in there, and to have all those characters stuck in your head is cruel. Get them on the page. They're suffering. How would you like to be cramped up inside your head all day? It'd be incredibly inconvenient. So all I can have to say, it's chapter 10. I have 21 more before January. Why before January? Who gave you that deadline? Did you give you that deadline? In that case, give yourself a slap. Move to February. If you're not quite there yet, that's fine. Move to March. Give deadlines unless you literally have an editor breathing down your throat, or a publishing company breathing down your throat saying, "Give me the chapters, give me the book. We need to start making money off of you," because that's all they really want. Then deadlines are superfluous. Like, I have deadlines that are frustrating me because I foolishly publish 2 chapters a month on the Patreon. I was ahead. I am now behind. I have not written next month's chapters yet. Normally they are scheduled for release by now. Do you want me to slap myself harder? Only if you remember the safe word. Okay, you got your 21 months before January. January is still a month away. There is time, and you've got most of it done. You just need to find that the urge to sit down and actually do the editing, which I know is tedious. It's horrible. Go somewhere, print out some. I don't know how you do your editing. If you do it digitally or physically. If you've got a printer, print it all out. Go and sit in a cafe, one that doesn't have a pay by the hour car park, preferably, and one that won't mind you sitting in a corner for the entire day, and sit there, as I've done multiple times. Unfortunately, I have a limited car park in my place, but they don't mind when I stay there all day. Get your book. This is the editing. Yes, okay, you got your editing. So yeah, if you do it online or however you do it, I personally prefer to do it physically, which, okay, not great for the environment, but I recycle and shred everything, so it's good in that respect. Paid torture, that's why we do this. We're masochists. Yeah. Find somewhere cozy, find somewhere that you have 0 distractions. Like, I can't work here because there's a freaking PlayStation right here and a computer with Steam on it and all sorts of various other things that I could be wandering around doing. So yeah, find somewhere you can go with absolutely no distractions, where preferably it's warm, comfy, that they can serve you drinks. Cafe, bar, pub, tavern, local watering hole of your choice. have your laptop with you if you edit on the have it physically if you prefer that, and just go through it. Let's go, right, I'm gonna do this, and because every chapter you edit is a chapter you don't have to edit again. It's done. You might depending on how many drafts you do, you've edited that chapter. You doesn't have to again. Every time you edit it, it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be done. You can go back again if you want to afterwards, or after you've done your first round of chapter edits, hand it to somebody else and say, can you read this for me? Tell me what you think. Here's a red marker if you need it. I'll say every single thing I have written, I have handed to other people to read first and go, what do you think of this? And they say, that's the wrong form of there. You haven't spelled this word correctly. What the hell does this mean? And I say, thank you, and then I go back and fix it, because sometimes I leave things in brackets with the words, put something cool here later, and forget about it for a month. Characters are good. The arcs are Arceus? That's a Pokemon. Both of them have their designated path for the next book. Sweet. I just have to write that path instead of imagining the future of the series. Why? Do both. You can do it. You've got everything you need. You just need to kind of fully implement it. Oh, I'm buzzing again. I apologise. Children are constant work. Yeah. Find the way that works for you, and if the way that's working for you is not currently working for you, then find another way. Life finds a way, as what's his name? Jeff Goldblum would say. Is that his line in Jurassic Park? Life finds a way, or is that Sam? Forgotten his name. Australian guy who also played Merlin. Great series, by the way. Great mini film. Or made for TV movie, whatever you want to call those things. Considering moving the deadline to February. That's fine. February is lovely. It's a lovely month. One of my top 12. Oh, I know what I'm going to do here. That's going to be good enough, I think. Start putting cameras in now because I kind of want to focus. Yeah, stick your deadline in February. February is a lovely month, and if you don't quite hit February, March is pretty good too. I can recommend them both heartily. They're lovely months, right? Let's lock you in place. Or do I want one more? So it's only going. I'm using my hands like today. There's going to be a cutoff. I think. So maybe lift ever so slightly. Why has that got a capital L? Why does that bother me? copy those. We're going to pop them into world 0, which is fine. We're going to drop nope. Just hold you all in one, goddammit. Not a cloner. Just going to go over here. We don't want that way. We want to random. Vector parameter theory, we need 20, 10. There we go, that's fine. The other thing, distractions in my failure to write, I just want to wallow on YouTube essays and retrospective about games. Again, fair. So, the urge to write is synonymous at the moment with my urge to finish Silksong. But as much as we want to, and as much as we could, let's be honest, we really, really could. We could sit around all day playing video games. Why don't we sit around now and play video games? I'm a bad influence on these sorts of things. That's right. Find somewhere to go that doesn't have these distractions. A library, for example, where you can't make noise. You can't watch videos, or if you can. This is why I prefer to do things physically. Because if I've got to hold the paper, I can't be playing on a computer, I can't be holding a controller, I can't be looking at anything else, I can't be randomly googling a thought that comes into my mind, I can't start writing another idea that comes into my head, which I started doing recently because I've heard something funny and I thought it would be a good idea, and I think it's going to be a good idea when I get around to it. But we can't spend all of our time just making stupid accents up. Nor can we spend all of our time spaffing about. Again, as much as we would absolutely love to. Oh dear, come back here. Okay. To tell you the truth, it felt easier when I wrote on a book, on a computer. I am one to exactly. Pen and paper. I know one of my friend who we did the romance cover design for. She is a pen and paper writer. Like she wrote her entire thing down on a notebook and then had the tedious effort of having to type it out. You and you've been writing with some needs to tell me what keeps you going. Here's my problem. Here is my biggest problem is I am currently writing this series. I have done 4. There is a 5th one coming next year. Whether I like it or not, there is a 5th one coming next year. And after that, there are 4 more in that series, and then it is done. And I want to get that done, not just to say, look, I've done it, I've written this series, because I want to see how the story finishes more than anything else. I have a rough idea of how the story finishes, but I want to see it. So that's why I also don't know if I'm writing all of these. This is what's coming out in December. The Rat King has just finished, as you've seen on Patreon. These 2 come out every month, as I'm sure you see as well. I'm sure you get the irritating emails. I want to see how those stories finish. I have ideas. Not only do I want to see how those stories finish, I have 4 other things I want to be writing at the same time. I have my horror anthology that I want to finish. I have started it. I am 2 chapters into part 1, and I have the outlines of parts 2 to 8 finished. and I want to focus on those, but I don't have the time. I have another series that I've started sort of doing on Instagram, microfictions, where I'm posting a roughly 100-word chapter every week. That is from a whip that I had a while ago that I thought I'm never going to get to, so I'm going to start doing this way. At least I'm getting something out there, and it works as a first draft. I have another young adult novel that I've started. I have written the prologue and the outline to it. I've got the entire thing outlined and ready to go. After that, I have a children's novel that I want to finish writing, which I outlined a very long time ago. I outlined this before I outlined Monsters Lost and Found, and I want to get that done. My problem is not that what do I need to keep going. My problem is I need to find the time to keep going, because people tell me I need sleep, and I call those people weak. Actually, no, I call those people my wife. She tells me to sleep on a regular basis, and I say I will as soon as I finish this. I have that unclenchable desire to. I would love nothing more than to sit down and write non-stop, continuously, and if I didn't have to do my day job, I would. The second I am the Patreon, all my books are doing well enough that I do not have to commit to my day job as much as I do now, I am dropping that pile of horse shite as quickly as possible, because they are not worth my time currently. It is a destitute place to be. No one in my company is happy. It's been piss poor for several months, and I'm getting more and more frustrated. I just want to write. That is all I want to do. I want to write, I want to draw, I want to animate, I want to do all these things, because unfortunately I'm a creative person locked in a CAD design job, and that I think is the problem with every writer. We're all trapped in something we don't want to be, but unfortunately we live in a capitalist society and we need to pay our bills. That is roughly how I keep going. Sorry for the rant. I'm interested about her now. She is a romance author, but she writes pen and paper. It's equivalent on my hate scale. Fair. To be fair, I have pointed out, when I was talking to her about her novel, she kept telling me it's not a romance novel, even though the storyline is, in my opinion, the storyline is 90% romance. She keeps saying it's a coming of age book, discovery kind of book, that kind of thing. It just happens to have a lot of sex in it. So, slice of life erotica, maybe, who knows. Sleep is not for the writer, it is time, yes. Sleep is free time. Yes, it's free writing, we will say, it is. And recently, because I have been so busy last week, I have managed to write an estimated maybe 50 words a night as I fall asleep in bed on my phone. Just lying there, just my eyes closing, just drifting off and getting it done. And that's because I need to get the next episode of Insecticide written and give it a quick edit before posting it. In, where are we? 2 weeks. I've got 2 weeks to finish that chapter. I'm halfway through it. And then the week after that, so that's Update, that's Insecticide, that is... what's this one? Oh yeah, this is I Used to Be an Adventurer. And then I have not written Monday's short story yet. I missed it last month and I was annoyed with myself, so I gave all the 100-word challenge stories. I don't want to miss another month because I have an idea for a character. It's not a reviewer. Oh, why? Why was that held? Show. Coming of age smut, yes. A few pounds on my scale now, I'm tipping over again. I started to respect her. Fine, she doesn't watch my streams. That's fine, she's a good D&D player. So, you can let her off, I hope. I do. I think she's strangely one of the people I've known longest in my life. Which is a weird thing to think about, how long we have actually known each other. Okay, what we need. Window. Camera. that worked better than I expected it to. Right, I want this to be, this is going to be linear because you're going to be a crack. Oh no, this bit needs to come through. Again, I've not read her book, so I'm not holding any judgments until it comes out. Oh, why are you below ground? Why are you on frame 38? There we go. 8 hours of sleep, that's 4 hours of writing time. They're just sitting, it is, indeed, it's entirely there, and who the hell gets 8 hours of sleep? So I finish work at 2 in the morning and I wake up, so I'm asleep by about 2:33 maybe, and then I get woken up at 8 o'clock by a tiny human. Yeah. That's how my life goes pretty much. Okay, let's see if we can do this. There's probably a better way of doing this, but I have not been doing this enough recently to remember what that way is. Do we want so grip point snapping too as well? That can't hurt. There's method to this madness. I know roughly what I'm doing. It's a lie. There we go, that should be right. At this point of editing, inspiration has been dried, will is the only thing keeping me writing, and now I'm finding it hard to keep me going. Have you considered, says the man writing too many things, starting to write something else? Not as a full project, mind you, because that would be insane. Which I'm fully well already established, we are insane, and there's not much that can be done about that. I also imagine that if I write, I would find the groove for lack of better words and return. You would. Once you get into that flow state, it just happens. I am of the opinion that. So yeah, once you get into that, if you manage to find a way to get into that state, everything will click. You will find, not necessarily inspiration, but you will find that once you start writing, you can keep writing, I think. But yeah, my advice would be, have you considered trying to write something else? Again, not as an entire project, because we definitely don't have any time for that, but as a whistle wetter, again, for want of a better phrase that I don't currently possess. Delete 0. Delete. There we go. Just something to get something to get the creative doing something. Doesn't have to. Again, writing prompts are fantastic. I don't know if you've heard of it. There is a website called Vocal that do monthly writing prompts that you can submit for a challenge to win prizes or money, and this, that, and the other. I've tried it a couple of times. I'm still here. But yeah, they give some pretty good writing prompts, and it's like. Yeah, this happens, do that. The English lexicon is so massive, and still we use lack of better words phrase. Yeah, I don't think it's having a lack of it in the language, it's having the lack of the ability to be eloquent enough to relay it. Like, there are definitely words out there, I just can't for the life of me remember any of them. Oh no, I've done a thing again, haven't I? Yeah, I did. Plus I realised. Yeah, just find something you could do, like a spin-off story, a spin-off of what you're currently writing. You could think of a new character and write that. You could think of a stupid concept and start writing a little bit about that. You could do a little short story. You could join me on like the Inktober thing was fun. I did not draw a single thing for Inktober because I was having the time to draw as well as everything else. But writing a 100-word short story every day for 31 days was helpful in getting things flowing and forcing you to think creatively. Especially with how do you fit a short story into 100 words and make it interesting and intriguing and enjoyable. How do you relay something in so few words? Because it sounds like not a lot of words. I'll admit 100 words is not a lot of words, but you also find that you either don't hit the mark, you don't hit 100 exactly, or you go slightly over. So it's finding ways to hit that number exactly, which is what creates the creativity. Yeah, you know the words and what they mean, you just can't remember it until you see it again. Yeah, that's exactly it. It's like speaking a second language and forgetting the word you're looking for. And whereas I don't speak a second language, my wife does, and frequently she'll say, I can't remember how to say it, and I'll say, we'll say it in Italian. She says, I don't know what it is in Italian either, which is entertaining. So when you know what you want to say but can't remember it in multiple languages. That is some kind of fresh hell. I have a complete inability to remember any of my languages. There we go. Oh. Just for the sake of... no. Or do a save later. Physical sky. Again, this is not anywhere close to being finished, but I'd like to do this just to see if I'm heading in the right direction. And also, I've got 3 minutes after the stream, I just realised. That's fine, it's a good way to end it. Pop it over here, let's close you, let's turn everything off, and let's just hit. Hang on a second, if we want physical sky, let's do this. Make it a bit more interesting. So we want sky, we want clouds, we want time and location. We want, it's gonna be August, 12 o'clock, that's fine, city. I'm thinking Arizona, I don't know why I was thinking Arizona. I also don't know where Arizona is. Arkansas. Phoenix, there we go, that's Arizona. Time to refill the fountain pen. Oh, we're doing just that. Good. Give it a jump. Hang about. Why are you floating above the grounds? That is not what we agreed upon. Oh, why is the ground so low? What on earth? Why are you suddenly? That made absolutely no sense. There we go. Let's try that. Pop you there. Pop you just out of it. Pop you slightly over there. And let's try that again. Yes. So just get back to it. Throw your nose to the grindstone, as it were. Nose to the fountain pen. Get something written. Anything written. Doesn't have to be for your series, doesn't have to be for anything at all other than your own self-indulgence, and that is sometimes the best way we can write. Just anything is better than nothing. Doesn't have to be good, just has to be done. To steal that phrase is commonly going around for artists at the moment. And there we go. I think I've made a better start in an hour on this program than we did in 2 weeks on the other one. And that's my stream telling me that it's time to go to work, which I'm not doing today. I've got audiobooks to edit. So, that is where my day comes to an end, Plaz. Lovely to see you again. Again, sorry for your horrific time, but we will press on, we will progress. If in a minute, if you do need anything, drop a message in the Discord, or Discord, Instagram, wherever you want to drop a message about absolutely anything. I'm happy to chat. If I'm at a computer or if I'm around, I can. Something's happening somewhere. Apparently I've missed a message. I will look and see what's going on in the world, because I want to check that chat. Anyway. Outros. How do we do those again? Forgotten how to do an outro. It's been that long. Thank you for coming along, Plaz. Hopefully I'll see you again next week. In the meantime, for anybody watching this on VOD, thank you for being here. If you have enjoyed the stream, a like, subscribe, follow, all of those lovely things help. If you haven't enjoyed the stream and want something to read, there's some links below to Patreon, books and all that sort of jazz. If you happen to be in the UK in Oxford this weekend, I will be there at the Oxford Indie Author Book Fair on Sunday between 11 and 3. That's the advertising portion of this done. Hashtag not spawn, as they say. I'm not sponsored at all, but I want people to be there and I want to say hello to people. So yeah, I'm off to edit some audiobooks and deal with life. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you again next week. DDFN.